Today, young generation is not able to get an employment, not because of the technical skills. The huge gap of mismatch of their core subject, because artificial intelligence helps us to organize our time, money, and stress.
Today, I am joined by Dr. Venu GR, CEO of SNEL, an international business mentor. He has over 26 years of experience in IT, agriculture, and skill development. He has built a multi-million dollar company in India and Vietnam. He has worked with top MNCs across the US, UK, Europe, Australia, Oman, UAE, APAC, and Vietnam. Dr. Venu is actually known for balanced growth, strong risk management, and a client-first approach. He has mentored startups, medium businesses, and large companies worldwide. His achievements have earned him recognition in the World Book Record. Today, we will talk on the topic of artificial intelligence in human life with him. Dr. Venu, welcome to the podcast. How are you?
Fine, doctor, and how are you? Thank
Uh,
you for
I am.
the giving this opportunity. And I will say that GFI has been connected both of us.
Yes, yes.
That is where our journey started,
Yeah.
and it was very nice meeting you as intellectual.
It's my
I'd
pleasure.
like to brief about my journey in a short 1 minute. I
Mm,
started very early age of at the age of 17 as a
mm,
data entry operator in third generation digital computers, TDC third generation. That is, they used to use in life insurance corporation for data entry operating center. They used to raise the invoices for the customers where the notices to, when they have to pay the premium. That is where I've been started my journey from typist to as a data entry operator. That made me to interest associated with computer science in 1980 and 84. I have been completed my matrix. After that, I have been completed BA Computer Science and Engineering. Those days, the computer science was not popular and people does not used to prefer that course. That today, how we are preferring, first priority of computer science.
mm,
So that journey has been taken as a passion.
mm,
See, one people took the academic as for the career,
mm,
and one took that as a passion is different. When the persons took the subject as a passion, thus drives into the deeper. See, my success starts, with the passion. So that made me to swim in the technology. Technology is the ocean. Then, the person will swim because you never see the distance.
mm.
That is the way 1993 I've been passed out from computer science and engineering. Specialization I have been taken artificial intelligence in those days. So those days have been started programming like Lisp, LISP, and ADA programming. After that pass out and I have been entered into the market, there is no openings. There was a demand for electrical and electronics, civil, mechanical. So I don't have the choice left to start my career. Then because I have been worked on COBOL, so that the commercial language, COBOL is a commercial oriented business language. So I have been started my COBOL journey with the mainframes COBOL. Then I have been worked on mid-range. So when I was in the mid-range, then I have been got an opportunity to work with HCL Consulting those days in 1993.
Mhm.
Though that made me to work on the RPG, ALE RPG, COBOL. Then I have been got an assignment to travel to the USA to work on ERP product. That's the first time I've come across in 1997 working as a ERP product. Earlier that, as a developer, we used to write program on the specs, individual program. There I come across that ERP means it is integrated with the several domains like HR, PR, sales and distribution, finance. So I've been allocated to the finance when as a technical background of BTech. Then, I had to work on the ERP products as a finance. Then I come to know that I become to zero because finance is a different subject. Because then I realized that technically, however, you're strong, you're not aware of the core subject, you're a handicap. So that is the way I suggest all the generations. Technology is not the core. You should have a business language and the subject of the core. Because one person wants to work in the finance domain, they should know the complete finance in and out. Then they will be a technology. Then they can do the justice to their role. That is what missing. Today, young generation is not able to get an employment, not because of the technical skills, the huge gap of mismatch of their core subject with the technology and the domain knowledge. See, today, any graduate you take, they have been done 25%. There have been distinction, but remaining 75% is where the industry business domain is required. That is what still the gap is there from 1993 to till date. Still, our academics, our associations, our organizations are not realizing that core, add-on. Like when we buy a pizza, when you go and order, they will ask you that what are the toppings you required. Because when we say the technical graduation is there, there is the toppings of finance, healthcare, sales and distribution, retail. These are the process they need to know the fundamental of the subject. That is what core missing is there. There have been learned and worked in the payroll, general ledger and everything. That made me to inspire to, again 2001 SAPs came into the market. So then I've been jumped into the SAP and started as a SAP practice. That made me to give an opening to the international market as a technical consultant role, developer to technical consultant. Because technical consultant is the combination of what you can say the domain knowledge, technology, and the business process.
Sorry
These
to
three
interrupt you, doctor.
combinations,
Sorry to interrupt you, doctor. So right now,
yes,
where are you? Are you in India or Vietnam or somewhere else or USA?
Vietnam, right? Because I have been used to
Okay.
operate from Vietnam and India. These are both operations
Okay,
center.
okay. Now let us coming to the topic. Actually, we are going to talk you. We want to take the advantage of your expertise because you're a seasoned
Yes,
man and you know how the artificial intelligence is changing day by day.
yes.
So the topic of
Yeah.
today's podcast is artificial intelligence in human life. For that, can you please tell me how can individual and business adapt to rapid technology change like artificial intelligence nowadays?
See, for example, there is first is HI. HI means human intelligence.
Hmm.
But when human intelligence want to do a multiple activities in the
Hmm.
parallel, see, we have a 24 hours, our working hours are 12. In a 12 hours, we want to do six different activities. There comes a substitute, means support system is required for human brain. That support system is we are calling as a artificial intelligence.
Hmm.
In place of H, we are adding A because which is a routine task which our intervention is not required. There we are going to allocate the task to A.
Okay. In what ways is artificial intelligence already influencing the way we live and work?
Yeah. See, artificial intelligence, the beauty of artificial intelligence is that human intelligence can do three-dimensional, certain extent we can see the distance. See, for example, our vision. See, we can see the distance of the human vision around 100 feet or 200 feet. Beyond that, we want to see a target of 100 miles. That is not possible for the human. So
Hmm.
there comes artificial intelligence, focus comes.
Hmm.
So that is the way the artificial intelligence is giving a added skills to human brain to
Hmm.
achieve extraordinary results.
That means prediction. Based on the prediction, we can predict what is
Yes.
there in the future and what is going to come.
Yes.
Okay, like understanding the future of humanity, what do you think that how will artificial intelligence shape the evolution of human society in the coming decades?
See, artificial intelligence is a add-on plus. It will be reduces stress on human life. And second thing is that For example, we have been packed our travel bag and we want to select, for example, one white shirt out of the bag. So we had to open the bag and we have to check in the row where it is. If you take the help of artificial intelligence incorporated with your baggage, it will tell you that in the sixth row, there is your white shirt is there. Immediately you can go to the sixth position, you can pull out your shirt. Means it will directly to point to the location and access the information, do the task. Means it saves our time,
That means it is
effort.
influencing directly how we live and how we work.
Yes.
Hmm.
Well organized, because artificial intelligence helps us to organize our time, money, and stress.
Okay, okay. Yeah, this understanding this how artificial intelligence shapes our world. What are the most significant global changes
Yeah.
you can see which is driven by AI today?
Yes. I will take two perspectives.
Mm,
As a developer, we used to code earlier in 1990s to 2000.
mm,
We don't depending on any other tools because entire problem has given the solution we need to produce from our logical
mhm,
way, means from our brain, human brain, the coding we had to. Because we used to take the syntax of the coding and we used to convert our logic. Then we used to fix the solution.
mhm,
But today, what is happening? We have been to manual, that is a manual coding. Manual coding to automation is coming, where code generation tools are coming. When you
mm,
give the canvas with a flow chart, input and output, it will give you the inbuilt process code. The
mm,
same thing, what we are calling as the agent AI, what we are doing here is that we are giving a numerical methods because a professional should be very strong in mathematics. One is that integration and differentiation. Integration means two solutions a and b, you should combine it. Differentiation means when it is required it has to separate a
mm,
b.
mm,
That is what the algebra is there. A plus b square equals to a square b square 2ab. You want to nullify 2ab minus 2ab we used to put. In the
mm,
same fashion, artificial intelligence is going to work, nothing else. Because here is the strong fundamental, the recognition is required. Go back to your physics, chemistry, and mathematics.
mm, mm.
One should be successful in the artificial intelligence era.
Thank you.
Because
Th-
these
mm,
three subjects has been ignored from 1990s to 2020. Because there is only we have been played with the code, but now it is coming with the mathematics. The base is that mathematics, logical, numerical methods we used to study, and also matrix, right? Jet transformation we used to study. These are
mhm.
all subjects we used to think that it is useless why we have been studied.
Yeah, you're
But when
right.
you come into the artificial intelligence now, the people are not able to catch other than prompt engineering. If you move to the deeper level, until unless they don't have the scientific background of the academic, they cannot able to deliver and match the expectation of AI tools.
You're right. You're right. Thank you. Thank you. This is very well structured reply. Um, uh, from code to culture, how does this artificial intelligence move beyond technology to impact culture, values, and human behavior? Because this is very important nowadays. People are talking about this with the passage of this artificial intelligence, how this is going to affect the human behavior. Could you please put some light on this?
Yes, see, for example, if you take in the digital era, if we take an example of agriculture, because at the end of the day, wherever we work, we have to go to the dining table. So the product is coming on the table, which the input for the human intelligence consumption is food. See, there artificial intelligence is and the culture comes. The culture is that crop sensors we are developing because when we have been seed, we have been planted in the season of rainy season, we need to monitor till the production comes, how the productivity of the crop is there. There comes the crop sensor. There artificial intelligence is helping a farmer. Farmer cannot sit and monitor the 24 of the plant. So there comes, he need the artificial intelligence support in the real time and the culture wise, the traditional and non-traditional way. There comes, the major role. And second thing is that when the crop is there, it has to be moved to the market yard. There comes logistics, means field to market yard. There comes the logistics. The monitoring there required is artificial intelligence. When we use the artificial intelligence application, the farmer can locate the nearest transportation available from his farm to nearest market yard. Next comes that before moving the product to the market yard, he won't know the price. Because today, if you move my product, whether I will get the benefitable or not, the sensex of the pricing, that he can make out with the help of artificial intelligence too. There comes pricing, market pricing, the fluctuation high, low, the demand and supply. This is the helps, culture wise. Normally what is happening now, farmer taking the crop, going to the market, whether the price is acceptable or not, he cannot bring back because the logistics again, doubling the cost, shipping back. And you don't have the transportation also. So with the help of artificial intelligence, when he move to the market yard, he can locate what is the nearest storage, cold storage, if you don't get the right price. So that is the advantage is coming in the culture of in agriculture sector. That is the benefit of artificial intelligence, more benefit to the unorganized sectors, not organized sectors. Organized sectors, we are crying that jobs we are losing. But if we look at unorganized sector, 99.99% in India, that is the way the benefit gives to our society. Why we are calling India is going to be number one, because of the reason is that artificial intelligence is going to boost and utilize complete manpower irrespective of their academic background, whether it is rural, urban, doesn't matter. Artificial intelligence is connecting all to the business world.
Thank you. Thank you. How does this artificial intelligence move beyond technology to impact culture, values, and human behavior? Which you have already answered. My next question is that what does this meaningful interaction between humans and AI look like?
Yeah. See, for example, if you go to different part of India, right? Within India, if you travel, every state is having its own language. As a farmer, he knows the local language. If you want to take his product and go to the Gujarat or you want to go to the Maharashtra, he cannot communicate with the local language to sell his product. There comes AI acts as the interpreter. He talks on voiceover that converts and speaks out in the same local language. The communication it bridges. So the
But
person need not
now we
know the
have
multiple
like,
languages.
sorry to interrupt you, but now we have like Google Translator. So this AI will be much more bigger than this, I think. We can utilize this
True.
artificial intelligence
See,
based
yes,
translator.
true. Here, what is happening? There is intervention is required. There is somebody has to go there because Google is having translator. They have to type. Here, what happens if you speak the way we are communicating with you, and you want to listen in Russian language, it translates it. Because
Oh.
my experience, I will share you. When I was working in Holland
Mm.
as a ERP product, when I was working for the other card we have been implemented in India, it was there in 1999 in Netherlands. I worked that product. So there, when we want to work in the product, when the application we will write in the English language, but there is a comment section will be there that we have to comment it in the local Dutch language. Until unless as a developer you don't know the Dutch language, you cannot able to read the specs. Because, for example, interest calculation, they will call it as an inkomstan. Inkomstan means interest. Because we don't know about that particular term, we cannot do the justification. There we need the translators. But translator is having the Google Translator is having a limitation. One paragraph, one sentence or two sentences, one page, you cannot get the
Yeah, you're
translation.
right.
Here is that when you're speaking, automatically it is translating because the opponent can visualize that he is a master in the language.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
That is the advantage of artificial intelligence. There is no time gap. And it gives with expression, with emotions. That is the beauty of artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. How will this daily life changes as machine becomes more autonomous and intelligent? What's your take on this?
If you look at that autonomous means, one is that it is a well organized. A works for to organize our complete. If you give the schedule, it will organize which work needs to be do prioritization.
Mhm.
That we are not doing everywhere. And if you look at particularly, if you go to in the working, business as a CEO, CXOs level, if you go, they have been scheduled 1 month before their schedule. And if you do CFOs and CMOs, their business meeting has been scheduled quarter before. So that when they will give the priority of changing, that manually the assistant cannot do as a human being. But artificial intelligence immediately will give you the changing of the schedule according to the client rescheduling program. That is the one. Second, if you look at the farmer angle and the general common people living purpose, weather forecasting, rain when it will come, summer, transportation, and what we are doing now, Google, we are using for transportation in the within the city where the traffic is high, low. The predictions we can get it well in advance of 24 hours with
Mhm.
AI.
Okay. Talking about ethics, AI, and our future, what ethical boundaries should guide artificial intelligence development and use?
See, artificial intelligence is like a small newborn baby. Like when we communicate with a small age group of below 5 years baby, what we speak, they will capture it. And
Okay.
whenever we speak, they will reply back. Means we are the one should have a moral conduct first as a human being. If we speak lies, it will speak you back to the lie. If you
Mhm.
speak to the truth, it will means AI artificial intelligence is each moment it is recording and
Okay.
repeating back because child is same, when we
Mhm.
speak to them we are making them that repetitively he
Mhm.
is your father, he is your mother, he is your brother, right?
Mhm.
When we are repetitively we are showing that images he is going to store in the empty brain. In the similar fashion, artificial intelligence is going to learn from human interactions. With every task is going to hierarchy repository. When repetitive question comes, it gives you back to the answer from his backend memory.
Mhm.
So artificial intelligence does not have its own creativity of mind and database. So here, every user who is going to use as AI, so you should be very alert.
Okay.
Behavioral, expressions, emotions, and the language and the communication.
Okay. There's a right now people are talking about ethical use of AI. It is more depend on how ethical we are.
Yes.
You're right.
See, for example, yeah, I am traveling.
Mhm.
I traveled to US and I've been landed. I've been took the rental car. After going to the road, I should know that what is inner circle and outer circle.
You're right.
Until unless I don't join in the driving school, one class, how to merge in the highway,
Mhm.
how to take turn in the circle ring road to merge to another. In the similar fashion, artificial intelligence trainers will be there. They will train on the syntax certain level. Rest of the 90%, the artificial agent which we are using and paying and we are using, that product services learn from us is
Mhm.
totally a replica of our behavior.
You're right.
Artificial intelligence, the same product, if I given to you and I am using, the artificial intelligence works for me is a different, works for you is a different.
Mhm.
Because the data it is collecting from you, the
Mhm.
communication it is receiving from you, the prompts it is receiving from you is a different,
Okay.
depending on
Okay.
your nature of job. And my nature of job is different. So it acts differently.
Mhm. You're right. Now there's a lot of stories coming that intelligence is going to replace humans in the coming days. What do you think on this?
If I take as an example of my journey as a case study, in 1980s, we used to be very fond of typewriting. The moment 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
every student, irrespective of in 1980s, the person should first learn the typewriting. Lower grade, higher grade. After that, different languages, English, Hindi, and local language. After that, next level you want to move as a shorthand. Those days in 1980. Then your career is secured. After that, we have moved to the little bit automation. Then we got it computers. What computer is doing? Manual writing replaced, but it is storing the same. Instead of writing on the page story, we are writing in a Word document stored in the laptop. Whenever we want, we are retrieving back. But it is a replacing complete paper and pen? No. We are writing a story from our thinking only. But only it is a giving a faster way to record it and a grammatical check, because we need not to be very familiar with the language syntax. So there our computer is helping us grammatical syntax, verb, noun, pronoun. These are the things it is teaching us online. So spelling mistakes we are able to suggest. That is the advantage we are getting from computer. In the similar fashion, when we are using artificial intelligence, it is going to help us every moment. See, for example, today I have been shared with you the PPT of images where you can flash, right? Entire text I have been typed it. I want them to create it as a visual images. AI has been given that visual images. Complete. A human being cannot create. That is the beauty of artificial intelligence. It is not going to replace, it is going to make our life easier. See, for example, today, 99.9% of work we can carry on mobile. No need of laptop. Desktop is vanished. We come to the laptop, then we come to the tab, now mobile. Mobile is also smartphone, we got it. So everything we can do it. See, earlier, video call is facility was not there on mobile, not there on laptops. Reliance World, Web World, we used to go. But today, everything we can do it because the cost is minimized, facilities are more. The thing is that we have a weapon. It is a minimizing time, cost, saving our time and cost also. And our life is more easy.
Thank
If
you.
artificial intelligence comes, the person need not to sit 9 hours in office. The work has been allocated, estimated hours. We have been given 4 hours. Whatever you use the tools, client don't bother. He only bothers that my solution is fixed or not. If you use effectively artificial intelligence, it will give a solution in 15 minutes. Rest of the 3.5 hours, you can develop again, reskill yourself.
That's great.
Or you can do other tasks. Billing is going to be more with the minimal time.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Venu, for this wonderful podcast. With this, actually, I'm concluding this podcast. It was really very knowledgeable talking to you, and we are really honored that you have shared your experience with us. And I'm sure that the audience will be benefited by your talk a lot. And for our audience, if you like this show, you can like, comments, and subscribe my channel, AI Research Road. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor, for giving wonderful initiative from your side.
Thank you.
You
Thank
are
you,
distributing
Dr.
knowledge and connecting people.
Yeah.
Good, you are bringing experts to the learners. That's a great job.
Thank you, Doctor.
Good day.